What's up, everybody? Do you know what today is? Do you know what today is? Today is day 100 of 100 days of making comics for yours truly, Mr. Marshall Couture. So, how you guys doing? I'm doing all right. Day 100. So, if you don't know, and this is your first time watching my 100 days of making comics videos, this dude named Kevin Cross, he started this whole idea of working for at least a half an hour a day on your comics for 100 days in a row. No excuses. Gotta do it whether you're tired, whether you're, whether you're too busy, whether you got plans, whether you're on vacation, whether you're working. No excuses. Except for, there was definitely 4 days actually that I missed it. But I kept going regardless. I should have been done Saturday. It's Wednesday, so it is what it is. But yeah, I did it. I finished. Last time I tried this, I didn't finish. I got to like day 68 or something. And I'm happy that I actually did it this time. And so what's next? Well, let's just get into some art real quick. So, this is what I worked on today, this page. Worked about 2.5 hours. I have more time today, so I was like, well, it's the last day, let's put in some work. And I went in and kind of put a border around the whole thing to kind of bring it all together a little bit, so I did that, and then did some corrections. There's like little parts where I kind of messed up on the words and stuff there, so I went with my little white pen. I had to erase that little line there. And then I finished this panel. And one thing I noticed while I was drawing this panel was that I made these characters really small. So it was frustrating because I already had the perspective ruled out and the bust drawn and all that and stuff, but I realized in relationship to this door, these characters have to be really small or else it's going to look weird. But I gave myself a pass because I'm like, you know what? To me, that can be explained away as this is an establishing shot. And on this panel, we'll get a little closer view of some of the characters. Unfortunately, this character, I can't see. His name is Randall, and his back, I think, is going to be, to the viewer. Now, this whole panel I tried to work on, I spent a lot of time on. I kind of did the perspective a little bit. And again, I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, this guy, you need to see his face better. And all three of them, I'd like to get a good view, but they need to be bigger, I think. I don't know. And it kind of has to be laid out like this, I think. I might have to redraw this again. This is the second time I redrew it. But we need to see that she's looking at what's going on over here. That's really important. And we need to see that he's kind of being bullied and pushed into the seat. This is Randall. This is Maggie. And this is the main character, Tyler. So we need to see all that happening. So is there a way I can still... I can get a little bit closer, I think, and still have, basically the same layout. I might even, because he's pretty big, he might be a little too big. So I might be able to just redraw these two characters and maybe even keep all the perspective. So, I don't know. We'll see how that all works. And then down here, you're going to see... This is going to be Maggie, like in the foreground. I may cut into the building a little bit. I'm not sure. I may not. But this is going to be Maggie in the foreground, and then the one who got pushed, Tyler. It's going to be like a little bit of a... My cat's going nuts. He just put his foot in the chocolate chip bag. We see. What you doing? He was trying to get petted, but there's just not any stable ground over here. He's trying to walk up here. Alright, anyway, so so this character, Tyler, is going to be like kind of shouting at her, and she's going to be kind of looking down. And then it's going to lead into the next, that's going to be going into the next page. Also here, there's got to be dialogue. I haven't been really looking at my quote-unquote script while I'm doing all this. I'm just kind of making it up, so I was like, crap, what am I going to draw in the background? Then I was like, oh yeah, there's going to be some dialogue here, so I almost don't even have to draw the background for that. I mean, I'll probably just indicate some buildings or something really lightly, but I'm not going to like go into any more, like anything detailed like this. The rest of what you see. Here I gotta make sure. See that with these characters being too small, it actually gives a lot of nice, good room for dialogue. I don't need much dialogue in here though, so that's good too. Same thing here. I don't need much dialogue. I'm very light on dialogue anyways when I make comics. I don't like reading comics with a ton of dialogue, personally. I might do some more art tonight. Probably not going to make it in the video if I do, because I want to get the video going. I don't have a lot of time left to kind of edit it all. So yeah, I'm going to get the video out. This is day 100. What comes next is the question. What am I going to do now? That I've done my 100 days and I've only got not even one full page done. I'm just going to continue. And I think I already mentioned that. I think even in my last video. I'm just going to continue. I plan on, I'm going to just do kind of like what Jan did, and tomorrow will be day 101. And I think I'm going to do it weekly, sort of, but I do like the idea of doing daily videos too. But as you may notice, if you've been following along at all, I've missed a bunch of days. As far as the video goes, I missed, I don't know, probably got maybe 3/4 or 3/4. Maybe I did 3/4 of the videos. If I were to do one a day, probably not. More closer to half. Maybe 50 videos out of the 100, somewhere from 50 to 75 of the videos out of the 100. Definitely not half, but still. I was going pretty strong for most of the time there, and then, yeah, so. Anyways, it is what it is. So I was thinking originally that I would just do the weekly videos like some have done. So I'm going to kind of let that be the plan for now and start off that way. And if I change it, I change it, whatever. But I'm just going to keep working on 12 stories. I'm excited about this book, and I really think I do need the videos, doing the 100 days and all that to keep me going, um, because this comic stuff is hard, and the thing is with the first 3 comics that I made these little mini comics, the Glyph comics. I was really not caring that much about making amazing art. I just wanted to make comics and see. I don't know. I wanted to learn the other aspects of making comics, and I just didn't want to worry too much about the art. Um, but art is like my favorite part of the comics. It always has, even just like reading them and whatnot. So, but I really want really good story too. So this whole 12 stories thing is an exercise in just me doing the best I can with what I already understand and know about drawing and writing and learning more about writing and all that. So I really want this to be a cool book that people will enjoy reading, that I'll be proud of. And so I'm spending time figuring out perspective, and this page is taking forever, but it's just what you got to do when you're first starting out learning how to make comics. It's the first few books are probably going to take a long time. The first 3 books I didn't take a long time. I was able to run through them quick, but you can see in the art, you know, what that I did go way quicker than maybe I should have been doing. But like I said, I wasn't focused on the art. So this time, I'm spending an hour or 2 or 3 on a panel, or on a building. I'm spending like up to 8 hours or something crazy, like I did with this page. Because there's so much I haven't drawn in my life. I tend to just draw figures. I create characters, but I don't really draw chairs and cars and buildings and environments and grass, and it's rare that I draw all those environmental things. So, you know, through at least the first few stories, it's going to be me just getting used to drawing all kinds of different objects within a story, and trying to make things look good at my level wherever I'm at, and I'm not going to be perfectionist. I'm just going to keep plugging away. But I'm going to let it take time. I'm not focused on any kind of marketing situation or trying to make a living off of my comics. I'm just making my comics and enjoying it, and hopefully I'll come out with a really good result. And I will probably eventually do a Kickstarter, to get it nice, printed nice, and um, yeah. But I just want to make a good product or a good book. You know, I don't even know if I love the word product. I don't have problems with like marketing terms and stuff like that. I mean, I'm okay with the word product, but I don't. When I think of me doing my comic, I don't really think of it as a product. I think of it as I I mean, I wouldn't even do comics if it wasn't for the love, because it's hard and it makes me want to quit at every turn. But then I picked up a couple comics the other day. I'll show it yesterday. I wasn't going to go to the comic shop, but I was hanging out with my buddy Mike, and he's like, I kind of really want to go to the comic shop. And I'm like, all right, let's go to the comic shop. And I really was happy to grab this, and I don't always grab these books, but Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane are collaborating right now on Spawn. So, and I just saw it and I flipped through it and I'm like, it's just this is what I grew up on. This is the type of comic I love, where it's just like you got the superhero or whatever, and there's a new villain in the comic, and he fights him for some reason, and that's like the fun. I love that, that kind of style of comic. And you know it's not the kind of comic I'm really doing. It is the kind of comic I did with Glyph, but it just looking at it, it's just like your basic straight up like comic, action comic. And Eric Larson is awesome, and I love McFarlane as well. And then I picked this one up too, just because I wanted to complete my. There's 4 issues in this series, and the art's really cool. And again, it's just pretty simple, basic like action. This guy headlopper, he cuts people's heads off. So I don't know. So the point of bringing that up was just that, you know, you sit there and you try to make comics, and like I said, almost want to quit at every turn. It's just like, this building is taking forever. I can't get the perspective right on this bus. Whatever. Like, I don't want to draw all these little details. I don't want to draw bushes and garbage cans and street corners and windows. I want to draw the characters. I can't get the characters to look right within this environment. All these different factors. The characters are too small that I'm drawing. All this stuff. And like I said, you just almost want to quit at every turn, but then you go to a comic shop and you're like, I want to make comics, I want to make stories with words and pictures. It's so fun, and so you kind of do this back and forth thing. And really when it comes down to it, I want to make art, and I want to share stories that are like in my heart, things ideas I have. And a really cool way to express that is comics. It's probably my favorite way to express it, or one of them. I also like to express through music a lot. And mixing the two with like YouTube videos, I think that's another way I really like to express. So it's just going to keep happening. So, I mean, I'll always come back to comics whether I do 100 Days of Comics or not. But the 100 Days of Comics is my way of clocking in, making it a job and not just letting it be a hobby that never gets done. It's my way of pushing myself to actually do the hard work that I don't like doing. And a lot of this stuff will come easier, I know, once I like really do it more and get through a few stories and start to find shortcuts in how to put characters and environments and all that stuff. But for now, I'm taking my time, figuring it out as I go, and it's exciting, it's fun. I can't wait to keep going, and I really appreciate all of you guys who have been there with me, who have hung out, who have watched my videos, commented. The community of 100 Days of Making Comics people, you guys are awesome. And then once in a while, like, I'll go to a family event and they'll be like, oh, I really like what you were doing with that. It's funny because they don't comment really, when they see the videos, but usually, when I actually see them in real life, they'll be like, oh, that's really cool, the building you drew and stuff, and all that stuff, whatever it is that I'm working on. And so that's cool too. So I really appreciate that, my family chiming in, and you know, all that stuff. You guys are awesome, and there's so many people doing the 100 Days of Comics right now. I don't even know all of them. Like, I know I'm missing videos and blog posts and stuff because I haven't been able to keep up because I don't know the new people yet. I have been keeping up with like Mike Emirates and Gazbot and, you know, the people who've kind of been going along with me here. But I really have to take some time to research it out and figure out the other new people, because, you know, it just doesn't pop up in my feed so much yet because I haven't been checking their videos out yet. I haven't got a chance to, but I will because I really want to check out Kenny Keene, another one that I keep up with. Check out all the 100 Days, people. Check out the link below. It goes to the Facebook group where you can find all those people who are doing these things. And Jan, of course, is doing it. All the people. I'm watching your videos, yo. Holly Brown, still watching your videos. Really enjoying being inspired. So yeah, all you guys and gals doing the hundreds, keep doing it, keep going, don't stop, and thank you for watching. Y'all are all awesome, and I'm gonna talk to you on the next episode, because I don't know if I'm gonna do. I might do a 101 day, video, and then I'll do start my weekly thing, just because it's cool to have a 101, days of making comics. So probably do that. Yeah. Now it's time to get some food. I've been working on this for like 3 hours. That's a lot for me. Get some food, and that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys rock. 200 days of making comics. Here we come. Peace out.